Hi, Nadia. Mike Sarno. I wanted to give you a video reply. We've been discussing this guy who killed his two kids in your text comments on your page, and I understand what you're saying, but the logic is just really, really twisted. This guy killed his two kids, and he's told about, or he reads about, how the Bible prohibits suicide. It's the unpardonable sin. And you immediately come to the conclusion that he thinks he's going to go to heaven. And maybe he does, and maybe he doesn't. But I don't really see what the problem is here. If this passage gives some people hope, or prevents some people from committing suicide, the fact that it stops this jackass from committing suicide, well, so what? Why are you going to get bent out of shape for it? I mean, in all seriousness, how does that help anybody? How does your righteous indignation help anybody in this case? I mean, this guy, he's probably a lost cause. But you know what? He's pled guilty. He's in prison. You know, you're saying you don't want him to have any peace. Well, I mean, I've got to ask you, where's your compassion? I mean, there's nothing else we can do for these kids. They're dead. You know, where's your compassion for this guy? Where's your compassion for the next guy who's going through troubles? The next woman who's suffering? You know, you want to sit here and criticize this passage. You know, if this prevents one decent person from killing himself or herself, then, you know, it's done its job. And the fact that this jackass gets some solace from it, well, you know, kind of sucks, but so what? But I mean, you know, more importantly, let's look at the context of this, okay? You've got the user who goes by the name Cecily Hayes, okay? That's not her real name, but that was the name of her account in the until recently. She just closed it. And she started a new account, okay? And she's announced that she's no longer an atheist, she's a Christian. And you produced the video in question about this guy and trying to persuade her against Christianity. You know, what's the point? I mean, I understand you're an atheist, and that's great. You know, go for it. But, you know, this woman, born again in him, you know, she's 20 years old, this young woman. I was subscribed to her user account as Cecily Hayes. I liked a lot of her videography, and she had some really funny things that she said, too. Those were great. But one of the things that she also mentioned in numerous videos, she even did an artistic video on this, was that she has a depressive personality, or she suffers from chronic depression or occasional depression, whatever. And then you're going to offer her a debunking or some argument against why you shouldn't commit suicide. I mean, think about what you're doing. You know, even if this is a hoax, even if she's perpetrating a hoax on us, there were other subscribers to her page, numerous subscribers who discussed in the text comments with her, and even in some video replies, about depression. And you want to start putting this stuff in their heads? I mean, think about what you're doing. I mean, where's your compassion for these people? I mean, even if it's nonsense, even if it's complete bullshit, if this is something that gets them through it, then let them have it. Even if it is false, let them have it. But more importantly, you know, you don't know whether it's true or false anyway. That's your profession. Let them have it. You know, she's either confused or kidding. But you know somebody who is confused is going to see this. And why would you do that? Why would that be your answer to somebody who obviously, you know, is either kidding or going through a crisis? I don't get it. Get back to me on that, would you? Thanks.